Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to another session of creating beautiful Christmas decorations or decorations for any occasion. I'm Nadine Foster, Mama Tjhoko, and behind the scenes is Kaylee, my daughter. She is the videographer that makes sure that you can see clearly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So today we are going to make a wreath. We are going to use items in and around the house, and I will share those with you soon. And this can be something for a special occasion, it can be for Christmas, it can be something that is actually timeless, that you can keep in your space, and that is not only for one occasion or one celebration. Okay, so what you will need, I'm going to go through the list of items that you will need to create this yourself. Is a pencil, a pair of scissors, then paper. This can be pieces of, this is use Tjhoko wipes or any wipes, normal paper. It can also be coffee filter bags. It can also be your recycled tea bags, your favorite Tjhoko paint color, then glasses with different sizes openings. So we need a glass with different sizes glasses. You will need some water and artist brushes and also a spray bottle filled with water. A glue gun. You will need some rope and then some round shapes. Pablo is playing with his squeaky toy behind the scenes. So these are actually embroidery wooden circles, and I have different sizes, and this is actually what I've used to create my wreath. There's some different sizes. I'll show you what I'm going to do with a wire. This is completely optional. You will need your Tjhoko paint lids, and you will need some rope. And then some inspiration on how you want to create this. So I'm going to share with you exactly how I have done this. So depending on the colors on your wipes, you can also change the color. Okay, let's start with that. So firstly, the best is to actually spray water on your used Tjhoko wipes that you have rinsed out, or that's just used. Your coffee filter bags will be exactly the same. So I'm going to do the same here. And then I'm going to use Tjhoko colors, and you really need a drop of paint. And also, depending on your Christmas or your theme of your celebration, you can use colors whatever fit that specific celebration or special event. I'm going to make use of 3 Tjhoko colors. Okay, so you can see my Christmas is having a certain theme and also a color theme. Colors that I'm going to use are Soulful Sanita, Creative Crystal, and I'm not sure if you're going to see that. Now let me take this cleanup jar, Ishmael's Ish. My larger jar is just so dirty and used. Okay, so what we are going to do, we have sprayed some water on our paper, and we want to create a watercolor effect. So I'm going to use my Pablo is really having some fun with his squeaky toy. I hope it doesn't create a noise overload on your end. We will put it away tomorrow. So what I'm doing is I am just spreading some Tjhoko colors, and this is really just drops. So there's my Soulful Sanita, some Creative Crystal, some Ishmael's Ish, and then I spray more water. So you actually want to stain your bag and you want to create a watercolor effect. Okay, and it doesn't need to be perfect. Please don't want to create perfection. You just want to create colors blending into one another. The dogs are having their own party in the background. I apologize. And Kaylee can't walk away to go remove the squeaky toy. Let me go find it with you, Kaylee. Give me a second. Focus on the wreath. I'm going to grab the squeaky toy. Hello. Can I leave the squeaky toy grab? Okay. Yeah, you are really proud of the family. Okay, so this now I will do, whether it's with the with the filter bags, whether it's with the Tjhoko wipes, same techniques and principles will apply. Use the last drops of paint that you have left in your Tjhoko jars. Okay, and the water dilutes it and you use what you have. It doesn't need to be perfect. You don't want to have perfection. You will do exactly the same with your tea bag. So I've literally cut it open, remove the tea on the inside, and then you will just need really smaller glasses, like tot glasses or your little measuring glasses, to create smaller flowers. Now once this is dry, you will use your Tjhoko lid. This one I can use. Now you can decide, do you want to create large flowers or smaller flowers? The sizes of the Tjhoko lids are perfect. So this is the 1 liter and 500 ml lid, and this is the 250 ml lid. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, don't want any waste, so take a pencil. You draw your circles. So if you are going to go with larger circles, all your circles need to be large. If you want to create smaller flowers, all your circles will be small. I'm going to, on my wreath, have a combination of both. I don't want to have any waste, so depending on your surface, you will trace and cut circles. Okay, as easy as that. So once you have traced it, you will take your pair of scissors and you will cut it out. Okay, once this is done, you will have a collection of circles. What I have done here is I have my stained paper, so it's a combination of various objects. So it is paper, it is also the Tjhoko wipes, and I have cut them all out. Okay, so there's my large circles and here's my smaller circles. What I also have is some music paper. So this is optional. You can even use normal paper and also stain it with Tjhoko if you don't have any of this. So whatever you have in and around your house, we are going to use. Next, you will need a glass. So I'm going to go with a smaller glass just because of timing. The same principles will apply when you create larger flowers with larger glasses. Okay, so here's a glass. So with this one, we have actually used this size glass. And then
just show again. So for this flower,
okay, it's a glass with a larger opening. Then there's a smaller opening for this size flower, and then really small for this size flower. Sorry. So there you can see the variation in size. This is also nice to play around with, because you don't want the same size flowers necessarily on your wreath, or you might. It's a personal decision. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just for time purposes, so that you can see the end result, but also for me to explain exactly how I do it, use the smaller glass. So I'm going to create some green, more greener toned flowers, and I'm also going to combine it with my music paper. Okay, what I have over here, just be or keep in mind that the heat gun is hot, okay? So when you do it with your children, make sure that it is done under adult supervision. And then also this is a lovely family activity. Everyone gets involved and it's so exciting and satisfying to actually see the flower once you're done. Okay, so next you want to fold your circle in half and put it over the glass jar. I am going to add glue only on one half of my circle. Take my next circle, overlap it, make sure it's more or less also fold in half. And this you continue doing. So I'm going to continue. And there you can see the imperfection of the paint that has dried on your paper. Is beautiful, and you do want to create that imperfection. Have you ever looked closely at a flower? Each petal is unique, especially if it's colorful flowers. So every time I only put glue on one half of my circle, and I'm going to do the same here because here it is going to overlap, and you do want to make sure it's nice and secure. And you continue doing this. So now you will know exactly why I have only selected a little glass for this demonstration. So now I can add glue more or less the size of my circle, the diameter of my circle, because I am now sticking it's not the first layer. Let's do this. And okay, so when I did my first flower, I tried to understand exactly what I'm busy doing. And to make sense of this, everything on the inside of the glass jar is the inside of the flower, and everything on the outside actually is the outside. So slowly you are on the inside forming the center of the rose, and the outside is the outside petals. And you can decide how dense you want the flower to be. It can be more loose if you use less circles, or more dense if you use more circles. I'm going to do this to save time. The greatest preparation is actually the cutting work. Okay. I am continuing. So while I'm busy doing this, what you will also need is some leftover fabric, some ribbon, some rope, anything that you can have, anything that you have at home and that you can use for the add-on. As you can see what I've done over there. So there's lace, it's everything I had that was left over, and simply cut it up. There's some rope that suits your style and your theme. So I am continuing overlapping my circles, making sure I fold it, and you don't alter where you fold your circle. Every time you just think center, center, center. So don't overthink it, just center of each circle, and when you fold it, center. Bear with me, you do want to see the end result. And also something that I'm doing
is burning yourself.
Is I'm making sure every time that I press it in, that I actually press it nicely on the inside. If you working too far away from the inside, you will see that it creates a gap here. You might like it. I personally don't like it. I like the flowers to be more dense. So that is how you prevent the gap. You should make sure when you press the paper down that you press it closely to the inside of the jar. You will see my glass is also shaped like this. So make sure when you select a glass that there's a very, not a very big change in terms of shape, but it's that it is, the gradient is not happening all of a sudden. There's
Gradual, not
it's a gradual gradient difference. Thanks, Kay. I can see that you're the one that recently wrote exams. Yeah. Okay, so I'm continuing. And I do want to actually give a shout out to Helene from 401 Roosendaal in Stellenbosch. Helene introduced me to this and the most beautiful wedding venue and venue for any event. The most beautiful cottages. She has been a dear friend this year that just opened her doors and her life for me, and Helene, I will forever and ever be appreciative of our friendship. Okay, so I'm continuing. I'm going to remove it now so that I don't bore you with the process. So I'm sure everything does make sense. I can or could have placed the music paper sooner, but once again, this is completely up to you. And it can just be a quirky add-on. Okay, just bear with me. Let's just do that one more time. It's going to be stunning. If you don't want the children to work with a hot glue gun, you can also use normal wood glue, school glue. It will also work. It will just take longer to dry. Okay, and the reveal is here. You can also print music paper on normal printed sheets, on normal paper, and just stain it with a Tjhoko color like we have done earlier. Something like Ishmael's Ish will work perfectly. And there is my flower. Now, when it comes to the planning of your wreath, something that I will do at the end, just to make sure that you can stick it easily onto your surface, is just add some more glue, add a circle, and then you know you can stick it on whichever surface. Okay, as easy as that. Then when it comes to the planning of the wreath, you will see that I have planned it, but I haven't secured it with a glue Before I do that, I want to show you what I have done to create the circle of my wreath. Okay, so here you can see I haven't secured it yet. I have only completed the planning part, and that is also crucial so that you can plan, to ensure you plan it properly before you start sticking it down and it's something that you don't like or you want to change. I have simply used some fine boss that I've picked from the felt close to where we live. Okay, let me show you how I've created the circle. So these wooden embroidery circles are available from most fabric shops, and the best is actually to have two different sizes. I could just not find two circles that were less, or that the one smaller and the other bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the very small one, and I'm going to loosen the screw so that I can make it bigger to create a larger circle to attach my flowers to, so it's actually something beautiful and it has more body and depth. I have used the wire that I've showed earlier, removed the screw, and I have just made sure that I latch these two pieces with a wire just to create a bigger circle. Now what I'm going to do is, with my glue gun, I'm going to secure these two circles together. And also something that I pay attention to is where the imperfections of my circle is, I place them close to each other. What I can do here is I can actually remove this one. That I only have that one, and then you can create another wreath. I'm going to secure the two circles together with a glue gun. And next I'm going to use my rope. So you see, a glue gun is a great tool, especially with these crafts. Make sure I stick my glue close to where the imperfections are. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to twist my rope. It can also be a ribbon, it can be fabric, it can be anything that you have lying around at home. And you don't need to use the glue gun again. It's just for the start to ensure that the rope doesn't move while you start with the process. And you twist it around the wooden hoops very closely and tightly against each other. There. Just bear with me, else it's not going to be perfect. Are you laughing at me, Kaylee? Okay, so you do want the rope to be nice tightly against each other, and you twist. So where this imperfection is, there you go. Now it's secure and it can't move. And this is as easy as this. I'm not going to waste more time on this. So you simply twist it around. Where this imperfection is where we will apply the flowers. So it's not visible, and here the rope will be nicely against each other. You can see the circles that I have used is less different in size, but this will even be more beautiful than that due to the change in shape. I will complete it and show it to everyone once it's done. Okay, so you simply twist it around. When you reach the end, you will secure the rope again with the glue gun. Okay, that part now is complete. Now it's important to make sure that you plan your entire item so that you know the outcome is exactly as you have imagined it. And once again, you are going to use your glue gun to secure everything in position. So I'm going to remove my flower, ensure where my fynbos was positioned, that I stick it down. You can also press your flowers or your leaves before you secure it to make sure that it is beautiful forever. Something that will also look beautiful is penigum. You can also use dry, and penigum, even if it's dry, remains beautiful. And most of the time that is available from most florists and also supermarkets. Eucalyptus leaves, for those that don't know. So I am where I have planned my items to sit, I'm going to secure them with a glue gun. Planning is key to success in so many things in life. And the process will remain exactly the same until I have completed my very special wreath. You will see there's some imperfections where my screw was, and that's why I have placed the ribbons over there. So once this hang on the wall, no one will know that there's any imperfection. And more imperfections there, and voila. Everything that wasn't perfect now is hidden, and imperfect situations are also fine. Because not necessarily everything in life is perfect, and it's through the imperfect moments that we grow the most. So embrace them. I hope that you are inspired, and I actually can't wait to see with what creative ideas and decorations you come up with. I'm just giving inspiration. The true artist is you. I hope that you've enjoyed the session. I will be back tomorrow with even more creative ideas that I can't wait to share with you. If you can just see what my house looks like at this moment, you will have so much appreciation for all of this, because in the planning of these sessions, not everything necessarily work the first time. So it's trial and error. Also, I have an idea in mind. So at the moment, I'm still prepping for Friday's session. And after my third attempt, I'm still not happy. So Kaylee, I'm sorry to tell you, tonight we are going to redo what we've done for the last 2 evenings, because the plan needs to change. So what I have done are the steps that's easiest to follow. I have done all the mistakes. So you can now just grow from here, and through your experiences, you will share things with us that work even better and faster and easier. Tjhoko Jr., I'm wearing my cupcake t-shirt. I hope you have noticed. Everyone, enjoy your evening. Have colorful, creative moments in the most imperfect situations. And I'll be back tomorrow with more creative ideas. Lots of love. Bye.